Hello everyone and welcome to the last brand new vacuum cleaner I'm going to show you in 2021. Yes, we're between Christmas and New Year 2021, and this morning I had this delivered, and I've waited quite a while for this to be available in the UK. It's been available in Europe for a while, but for some reason the UK hasn't got the brand new Miele Boost CX1 bagless vacuum. In fact, at the time of making this video, the UK still doesn't have it. Well, England still doesn't have it. I actually got this from a company based in Belfast, Northern Ireland. So I still haven't found any English-based retailer that's selling this model, but I expect early 2022 this will be more widely available. You can't even buy it direct from Miele's website. So this is Miele's second bagless vacuum. I wasn't all that impressed with the Blizzard, but this is a much more compact bagless machine. I have a feeling though it uses a similar cyclone to the Blizzard, but we'll see. I got the cat and dog version because I've got dogs, because this comes with a turbo head. Only one large turbo head. I don't think it comes with a small one, but of course you can buy that as an optional extra. So let's have a look. Quite excited about this one. So first thing out of the box, well, it's actually stuck to the box, is a quick start guide. I'll remove that later, it seems to be well stuck down there. We have a fairly short, flexible hose. This is the Miele Turboteq turbo nozzle, which is all taped up. Thank you, Miele. And we've got a separate instruction book for the turbo nozzle. I've not actually had this particular turbo nozzle, although I think I've got a very similar SIBO one. This will be made by the company Reliably, who make a lot of cleaner heads. Fairly stiff brushes on this one. We've got a see-through part as well, so you can see if it gets clogged up. And it's adjustable. You've got a dial on the top here, so we can open the vent. So if you're cleaning deeper pile carpet or plush pile, like the carpet I'm kneeling on, you might want to open up the valve, which will allow the air to flow through without stopping the brushes from spinning. On short pile carpets, you can have the valve closed and you'll get the maximum suction through the nozzle. But it's quite a nice looking nozzle. It'll be interesting to see how it performs on this carpet. We have a nice quality metal telescopic extension wand. There we go. Still cold, it's fresh off the back of a van. But that's quite a smooth action. It will get smoother as it warms up, I expect. And I think, is there something else? Oh no, there's more. There's more. This is the tool Caddy, so that fits on the actual hose, so not on board the machine. That'll fit on the hose. I'm not sure if it'll fit on either side. I'm looking at the hose now. I think this will just fit on the handle end of the cleaner hose. Speaking of the handle, we've got the curved handle separate here. There is a suction relief valve, although the machine does have electronic speed control as well. We've got the cheaper dusting brush with the synthetic brushes. I really think it would have the better brush. This is not the bottom of the range. There are other models in this range. There's a parquet version specifically for hard floors, and there's a standard version that comes with the regular carpet and hard floor nozzle and no turbo nozzle. There's a very short stubbly crevice tool. We do get a regular carpet and hard floor nozzle as well. Again, it's a new design to me. Quite an attractive nozzle. Plastic base plate, of course. Litter pickers. We've also got just here a little flexible seal. It's actually either side of the suction inlet. That might help the machine on a carpet. When you're using it on hard floors, you press down the pedal and you've got brushes that lower down at the front and the back. Nothing at the side. So yeah, a new design nozzle, very attractive. Reaching in, we've got the instruction book, the main instruction book for the cleaner, and your upholstery nozzle for your upholstery, your curtains. You could use it on your stair carpet. And I think that's it. Yes, so we can now get the cleaner out and take a closer look. Well, here it is, and it certainly is a dinky looking vacuum cleaner, around half the size of the Miele Blizzard. Absolutely huge wheels either side of the machine. This nice black colour, but you also got this rose gold, very fashionable colour in vacuum cleaners at the moment. But instead of rose gold controls, we've got traditional silver ones. You'd think they'd have matched the rose gold with the rose gold trim, so that's the only part of the rose gold we have. They are very big, pretty smooth running wheels. Let's have a look underneath the cleaner. We've got almost silent caster, very well made. There's also a tiny little roller wheel at the back, and I'll just check. Oh, that is surprising. This Miele is made in China, everybody. It's engineered by Miele, but made in CN. They don't even put China. They're a bit embarrassed, so they put CN. Pretty sure CN is short for China. But yeah, it feels Miele quality, but rather disappointing that they've decided to make this in China and not Germany. But anyway, we'll try not to let that influence us. I'll just take off this little swing ticket. Miele quality tested to last. Vortex technology, TrackDrive, compact design, multi-stage filtration. So, speaking of filtration, it obviously is a bagless machine, but we have an exhaust filter. This is the exhaust end of the machine, but it's unusually at the front of the cleaner. The hose inlet is here. The exhaust air comes out of the front. More traditionally, it would come out of the top or the back on a canister cylinder type machine. But of course, we've got the bagless unit at the back, which I'll show you in a minute. But we need to remove this little tag here before we use the machine. So you take that off, and this is your final filter. It's not washable. I believe Miele suggests you change this once a year. It's a HEPA Clean 60, and it's got this little time strip, and to activate it you need to press on this green button. I think that's done it, and then after about a year's use it will show here on the strip to remind you to replace the filter. So obviously it's a good quality HEPA filter on the Miele, so that pops back in there. Make sure it's clicked into position. We've also got a bit of a diffuser on the back of the grill. Let's make sure that's in place. So on the back we've got the carry handle in the middle. On the back is the bagless system, which I think is quite similar to the Miele Blizzard. Let's remove it. So it comes off. More filters, which obviously need cleaning. Let's see if we can open this up. Comes out. You've got a sponge filter and a pleated filter. I'm assuming all these are washable. Well, the pre-motor filter, I wouldn't say that the post-motor filter is, but I'll have to check the instructions. This is a brand new machine, very new to me. In fact, I've not seen any English speaking videos of this machine on YouTube so far. Mine might be the first. We can see actually it is washable. Certainly the filters on the bagless container are washable. So it shows you here. How do we empty it? Well, we have a little catch. Opens quite easily though, it doesn't stick. Normally when they're brand new they stick, but that opens. So you carry that out to your bin, hold it over your bin, press the catch, and the dirt should fall out. We've got another fine mesh filter in the bin. So it's very similar to the Blizzard, very similar setup, but just configured differently. Well, Miele have decided to provide a little cleaning tool. I can't help thinking that a bagged Miele would be a better choice if you want less maintenance. A bagged version of this would be quite nice, I think. Wouldn't have thought it'd be that difficult to turn this into a bagged machine. So, that doesn't bode well. Miele have provided you a little cleaning brush. I think you need it. So this part comes away, giving us access to another mesh screen. It's pretty small capacity. I think it's about 1 litre capacity. So again, I'll check the instructions to see if this is washable under running water. It possibly is. Of course, if you do put water anywhere near this, you have to make sure it's 100% dry before reassembly and using it. So already it does seem to have quite a primitive cyclone. And a lot of fiddly bits. And again, I'm just working this out without checking the instruction book, but I mean, it's seemed fairly obvious. So that's the bin. There's the max fill line. So as I said, not a huge capacity, so this would have to be emptied on a weekly basis, I would say, or fortnightly, depending on how often you use the machine. And we can just see a little hole here at the back. That's where the motor is and the fan to provide the suction. Don't know if that's a removable piece there. Yeah, I mean, I like the feel of it, the look of it. It has already won a design award. It's won a Red Dot Design Award. And that secures on there. You have to remember not to try and lift the machine from this handle. I mean, if you do, it just removes the bin. This is your carry handle at the front. We've got a control panel here in the middle of the cleaner. This is your on-off switch, automatic cord rewind, and in the middle here we've got a dial to control the motor speed, so maximum suction for hard floors, slightly less for your fitted carpets, a bit less for rugs and lighter weight cleaning, and for minimum suction and for more delicate items such as curtains, you've got the minimum setting there. So I think that's everything I can show you on the cleaner itself. So let's attach the hose. Just clips into position like that. To release it, there are 2 buttons either side, so you can remove it. And then we need to fit the curved wand to the end of the hose. Again, it just pushes in and clicks into position. And the hose end, or the handle end of the hose, is where we put the little tool caddy, and it does show you which tool to locate on which part. So we've got the crevice tool there, the furniture nozzle or all-purpose nozzle there, and finally the dusting brush, which might have to be straightened out. Well, it does fit on like that, but it does angle, so you can angle it straight like that, so it is a bit neater now when it's on the tool caddy. So there you go, that's your 3 small tools which clip onto the hose like so. So they're always at hand, ready for use, so you can be using the machine, and if you need to clean your crevices you can just grab the tool you want. Although I don't like this particular arrangement, it's featured on other Miele's before. It gets in the way sometimes and it can get knocked off, but you have the option of keeping them separate if you want, but it is always more handy to have the tools nearby so you use them. Then we've got the wand, clicks in, nice positive click action to release the wand. You've got the button so you can take it off, but everything clicks in nice and secure with Miele. And then of course you can attach your main nozzle on the end. Again, a click fitting, that's not going to remove until you press on the release, and then we can put the Turboteq nozzle on. This is the nozzle I'll be using the most. I chose the cat and dog version because I thought it would be easier to use this nozzle on my plush carpet. I do have dogs, and on the whole, in my experience, a turbo nozzle is easier to push than a standard nozzle. If you've got mainly hard floors, a few rugs in your home, the standard version that comes with this nozzle will probably be suitable. If you've got all hard floors, then you could go for the parquet version. But again, you can get additional tools for this. Miele do offer several different options of tool, long flexible crevice tool, different types of dusting tool, and a couple of types of mini turbo brush. So I've got a mini turbo brush from an older Miele. I know it'll fit this machine. So if you've got an older Miele that was made certainly within the last 10 years, 10 to 15 years, the tools for that should fit a new Miele like this brand new Boost CX1 cat and dog. Right, one other thing I've got to show you on the machine itself. It does have a parking slot, so you can park either the turbo nozzle or the standard carpet and floor nozzle. So you can just slot it into the side, and it does fit in nice and securely. So you can store it in your cupboard if you've got the height. You can keep it like that, it keeps all together. Can we carry it? At a push you can carry it like that up the stairs with the wand secured to the machine. I can't fault this machine's looks. I like the fact that it's a lot more compact than Miele's Blizzard. But is it going to clean? How noisy is it? What's the suction like? We'll find out. I haven't checked on the wattage of this machine. Obviously it's going to be a lower wattage machine due to EU regulations. So let's just quickly check on the underside. It's 890 watts. The maximum allowable is 900 watts, so we're just under the maximum allowable limit in the EU. Here's the mains cable. It's a good quality feeling cable on the machine. This has a 10-meter operating radius, but it hasn't got a 10-meter cable. The operating radius obviously includes the length of the machine, the hose and the wand, but it's still a reasonable reach for such a compact cleaner. There we go. I've pulled it out. I'll just let it in slightly. Just check if it's got a comfort cord rewind. Actually it doesn't, so you do have to keep your hand or foot on the button to rewind the cable. Okay, well, let's have a look. Plug it in and switch it on. Well, this Miele certainly sounds quiet even on maximum, and it's a nice smooth sounding motor. I fitted the standard carpet and floor nozzle. I'm going to start it off on maximum, I think, for this carpet. Just see how easy the standard nozzle is to push on my plush pile. I'm guessing it's not going to be too easy. Well, I've had worse. Well, it's not it's not too bad. As I said, I've had far worse low energy cleaners than this. They're that powerful. Well, I'll say they're that powerful. The design of the cleaner head is such that when you switch the machine on maximum, you just cannot move it at all. This one, I could move it. But fortunately, because I chose the cat and dog model, I do have the Turboteq nozzle, so I'll try that out. I'll try it with the valve on the closed position. If I can sense or see that the brushes are slowing down, I'll have to open this to the open position here. So it should prevent the rotating brush from slowing down, because if you didn't know, this operates on the suction of the vacuum rather than having a separate electric motor. At the time of making this video, there are no motor-driven Miele CX1 boosts available. Maybe in the USA they will launch this machine with the option of a motorized head with an electric motor, but this is all we get in the UK. I'm going to put it back onto max and give it another go. Certainly easier to push. Even easier with the valve open. This carpet is notoriously bad for having vacuum cleaners that are easy to push on it, so I'm not surprised, but it isn't bad. It's far better than I expected it to be. So for this carpet in my living room, I will have this open, full power suction on the machine, but the vent open. For the rest of my house with shorter pile carpet, I'm sure I'll be fine with the valve closed. So all in all, well, I'm not too disappointed at the moment, but of course it's very early days. I'm going to test the suction power at the end of the hose with this suction gauge. Obviously this doesn't measure airflow and it doesn't tell you how well this cleaner will actually perform, but it gives me a rough idea of the suction, and it's the same valve I use on many different vacuum cleaners. So as a rough guide, a low energy vacuum would score on average around 80 on the gauge. So if it scores above that, I would consider it very good. Below that, well, poor to average. Well, the Miele peaked at around 92, so I think that's pretty good. Obviously it started to fluctuate a bit. I suspect there'll be some sort of suction relief valve built into the machine to prevent it from overheating should there be a blockage or you haven't cleaned the filters. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with this little cleaner. It certainly seems a lot better, to me anyway, a lot easier to handle than the Blizzard, which I do find quite a large machine. Although the Blizzard will have a larger dust capacity if you live in a smaller home or an average sized home, this compact Boost CX1 is going to be a lot easier to handle, easier on the stairs. It might sit on a standard stair that way round, but it is fairly light, so I can see myself being able to clean stairs carrying the machine in one hand and directing the hose with the nozzle on the end in the other. So all in all, yes, so far I think it's pretty good. Well, I've done a very small area of carpet. Let's have a look what sort of dirt we've got. Now I need to use this machine for a longer period to see how well it copes with household dirt, how well the filters clean the air, how dirty the filter gets, should I say, really. But I've done a tiny area. I've only cleaned the area you've seen me clean. We've got some very fine dust already inside here. And, well, there's fluff and dog hair sticking to this mesh part here, though. Let's hope that that doesn't build up a lot of dirt in use. It is. Well, there is some very, very fine dust inside this part. But everything comes apart for cleaning, so you will need to maintain this cleaner. Any bagless vacuum needs more maintenance than a bagged machine. That's the compromise you have to make. If you don't want to buy bags, you've got to remember to keep the filters clean on a bagless machine for peak efficiency. Sometimes you'll have to replace the filters as well. Even after washing, they won't withstand repeated washing, and you might find yourself having to buy more filters. So in the end, a bagless machine could cost as much to run as a decent quality bagged cleaner, because with a bagged cleaner, yes, you're buying bags, but you're not having to clean or replace filters anywhere near as much as with a bagless, because most of the dirt in a decent bagged cleaner is trapped in the bag, and it's simple to dispose of the dirt. Miele poo-pooed bagless cleaners when they first came out. One of their slogans was, "Bags is better," I believe, but they're a company that needs to make profits, so they did launch their first bagless machine a few years ago in the Miele Blizzard. But I'm pleased to say, so far, I think this design seems to be, he says, trying to get the container back in. There's a knack to it. It does go in once you get used to the knack of how to do it. It's brand new to me, so obviously I'm just finding my way around the cleaner, but I was eager to show it to you first. As long as it's locked in place, it'll be fine. I keep finding myself, though, trying to grab the machine from this handle here, but obviously if you try and pick it up from this handle, you're going to remove the bin. So always carry it by this handle. It's a very well built handle, despite the fact it's made in China. If I hadn't seen it underneath, I would have just assumed it was made in Germany. But yes, surprisingly and sadly, this new Miele is manufactured in China. But I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe Miele do have their own factory in China, so they can control the quality of the output from that factory. But obviously it's cheaper for them to make these in China than it would be to make them in Germany. Obviously labour costs is one major price you have to pay when manufacturing anything. But so far it's got good suction power, it's nice and quiet, it's very compact. It's not the lightest, but it's certainly not the heaviest, but it feels a solid machine. I quite like it. Let's rewind the cable, see if that's smooth. Well, that's about the end of my unboxing and first look at the brand new Miele CX1 Boost Cat and Dog Vacuum Cleaner. My first impressions of this machine are good. I like its design. It's pretty compact, relatively quiet, and relatively easy to push even on maximum suction on my plush pile carpet. But I can't give you a detailed review until I've used this machine a bit more around my house. So I'm going to clean my whole house with this, use it for a couple of weeks, and then give you an updated review sometime in 2022, fairly early on in 2022. If you have any comments or questions about this particular Miele, please comment below. Don't forget to thumb up and subscribe, click the bell icon, and you'll be notified of all my new uploads. So until the next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.